All right, welcome to Next Level Tech Arcade. I'm your host, Nick Smith, and I've got the gentlemen from Draper, Jim and Grant, here with me to play a little blackjack today and talk about mounts and screens and all kinds of fun stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get the game started first. While we're doing that, introduce yourselves and introduce a little bit about Draper, because there might be 3 or 4 people out there who don't know who you are. I'm just saying 3 or 4. Oh yeah,
all
we got
right.
to put you out. Everybody's got.
Here we go.
I'm going to, because I feel this one.
Well, I'm Grant Wiley. Sorry. Been with Draper for about 6 years now. Draper has been around since 1902. Company actually started off focusing on actual blinds and shades for schools and that kind of thing, and has migrated since the 50s into the AV industry, which is where we focus on. So,
yeah.
I was like, can we get a new dealer in here, please? This is pathetic.
Great start.
Yeah, no, brilliant. All right.
Well, not bad.
I'll stand on that.
I'll hit once.
No, and I think that's, it's
stand.
funny because I know the history of the company and I just wanted to make you say it again. I think it's amazing that there's, you guys have been in existence for so long and, and just kind of evolution. So,
Look at that. Way to
everybody
go.
wins? Okay, never mind. We'll keep the
That's a
dealer.
mighty
We'll
fine
keep the
start.
dealer. Yeah. But so you started as shades and then took that technology and moved it into screens. You're past screens now, and mounts are sort of the next evolution.
Correct. And I'll let Grant talk more to that, but from my side of it, when I joined Draper in '93, I've been there on 32 years in June. So they're a fantastic company to work with, but because of what they are, they have expanded in that window shade side. They have expanded in the AV and also in the gymnasium equipment. So they're not just a single horse. They have a lot of divisions that are related but unrelated, and they've done very well for themselves.
What are you all most excited about in the AV industry right now? Like, what evolution's happening? What changes are happening? What do you say? Like, oh gosh, this is great. I'm glad this is happening.
Yeah, I'd let him answer that.
Obviously, from my perspective, it's
Terrible. Give me one.
from one of the market segments that we're really focused on is
It's my day.
themed entertainment. And with themed entertainment, we're seeing a lot more of that migration from projection to the LED world for areas that they've never done it in the past. And with that, they all need some form of mounting structure in that LED realm, and that's what we're providing. So it's
I know the answer to this, but I'd love the audience to hear this. Why are the mounts so important when we get in, not just themed internet, but any, environment with direct view LED?
So the mount itself enables all of the LED cabinets. So you figure the LED cabinets are like the LCD displays or whatever to be combined together in that seamless display. What we're providing is a lot of people are saying, oh, we need to provide XYZ axis adjustment and that kind of stuff, which is, if you know LED, you understand what I'm talking about there. But if you don't, maybe it's a little bit outside of what you understand. But ultimately, the LED displays have to be installed in a way that the face of it is perfectly flat. One little cabinet next to the next one, and the seams and everything have to be perfectly aligned. What we provide in that mounting solution is a perfectly flat, aligned mounting surface so that all the bolt holes that are bolting everything together,
I'll stick.
all of the surface that you're attaching to is perfectly flat and enabling, I'll stand, enabling that display to be that perfectly flat surface. The challenge that we're overcoming is that when you're mounting to a wall or another substrate, those surfaces aren't perfectly flat. So we have to make up that difference. And so when we talk about adjustments to it, most of our adjustments are to take out those inconsistencies of what we're attaching to provide that perfectly flat and aligned surface for the LED cabinets to attach to. Now, everything I'm talking about there is for a flat video wall.
Yeah.
Where a big area that we have been focusing on over the last several years is more customization to allowing LED displays to be put in different configurations, different shapes, curvatures, and that kind of
themed
stuff.
entertainment does not always net a, stand here and stare at this wall type of experience.
Right.
It's curves and ceilings
Oh,
and
sorry?
all kinds of unique environments. which changed from, I need it to be perfectly flat.
Correct, and sometimes we do it from a wall. Hey,
Look at that.
This guy. You should buy off the deal.
Awesome.
Just saying.
Yeah, it hit me. All right.
We do a lot of applications where it could be a transition from a flat wall up to a ceiling approach, or it could be a large curvature. Another thing we're finding is, in the past, if it was a very large display, typically you're going to see a very large pixel pitch in the product that's being installed. And with a large pixel pitch, the tolerance for what you're putting everything together is a lot higher. So it's easier to install it and maintain accuracy. You already gave me it. So,
You should have milked him for 2 more.
I know, should have got him for another couple, but we don't want to punish the dealer.
Has anything changed? I mean, because you guys have been bending metal for a long time. Has there been any advancements or evolutions in either the steel or the technology? Are we seeing more laser cutting? Like, what's making this a better place now, or better materials?
We utilize laser cut materials. Actually, we're going to be installing a whole new laser bed machine that's designed to cut laser sheets. We've always had that type of technology, plus a coil-fed laser. But a lot of times in the applications that we're doing, we're actually creating CNC machine components. So the vertical uprights and the different parts of the structure are actually created or designed by our engineering team, but then they're created from tubular parts, and a CNC machine is machining those tubular parts into what we need them to be. So that's one of the biggest areas that we're seeing growth. Trying to,
No, he's not.
a lot of times we're trying to stay away from welded components, because with the welded component it becomes very challenging to ensure that the weld is accurate. And 13, go again.
You're still,
Okay,
you're
we'll stay
still
there.
alive. Well, that same thing turned into, that's where the multiple divisions of Draper have kind of played into each other, because the gymnasium equipment has needed heavy equipment to cut steel, bend steel. And we've been able to leverage all of our divisions together to up our game in that process, to make sure that we have the capabilities on the custom side to handle on all divisions, but AV has really benefited a lot of that lately for the LED structures and those type of things.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, has there been any times in the recent years where you heard about an installation, you go, I would have never thought of that place or that, how did we get to there? We would have never chased it ourselves.
All right. Yep.
There are a lot of times we're relying upon other entities to bring us into a project, and our biggest goal with that is to make sure that those other entities understand what our full capabilities are, so that they do bring us into these projects. One of the areas that we have seen, you're asking about changes, and it's not so much in the hardware or how we manufacture stuff, but it's come on. All right, we'll stand.
You're not doing too bad.
Yeah. So is service. So providing installation services or managed services for installation of our structure, installation of the LED display, and making sure that it's done the way that we want it to be done, so that the end result looks exactly the way it's supposed to be.
No, and because nobody wants to get the blame. But the LED manufacturers are going to blame you guys, and in the end, they're going to get the blame why their wall doesn't look good.
Right.
And I get that from perspective, because I think you've got the opportunity that there may be dealers out there that have the customer, but maybe haven't done enough of it themselves yet, where they feel confident to get it done, to a good specification. So having that as a layer to them, that makes a lot of sense to give them that augment to their.
So with that, we work very closely with all the different manufacturers. We want to make sure that we're working in tandem with them in creating a solution that they agree or accept. That they know that that's going to work and make their product look as good as it can be.
And his streak ends.
Yes, he was
Oh,
doing
look at
well.
Come on, this is mine. Stack me up here, buddy.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking
You went
about.
big.
Go big or go nowhere. All right, making a recovery here. What's your crown jewel of an installation right now? What's the one that you're proud of and you love telling people about?
It's funny, we do a lot of stuff behind the scenes where we're in locations we can't talk about, unfortunately. So,
Well,
to
give
be
me one
coy,
you can
to
talk
be, to
about.
be coy, we've got a very large deployment in Orlando that's going to be opening up later this spring, where it's spring 2025, where the displays themselves are of a very large scale. The facility has 9 different very large LED displays
decisions.
that are close to 50 feet
gonna
tall.
split.
All of the very fine pixel pitch, and
Okay.
what
I'll stay then.
what
All
sets
right,
that
gotcha.
apart from everything
Stay.
else we've done in the past is we've really learned how to establish these very large.
I mean, 50-foot displays are massive displays.
Yeah. That's,
Yes, and
Wow.
I'll stay there. Especially for narrow pixel
Oh,
pitch.
God,
So
that's
these displays in this particular application are all 1.5 millimeter, which you typically wouldn't install that tight of pixel pitch in this larger display because your viewing distance at 50 feet far exceeds that need for that pixel pitch.
But
However, this
if you want it to look
application,
almost realistic, like you're in a different place.
right.
Right.
And so this particular application, the audience actually, even though it's that tall, will always be about 10 feet away from the display
Got it.
almost at all times. And so we had to maintain accuracy over
Yeah.
this very large. And a lot of those displays aren't actually flat. They're flat LED cabinets, but then we combine them together to make a very large, we call it a faceted curve. So we facet the angle between each one of the cabinets. And when we do something like that, I need to ante up, don't I? When we do something like that, what we're creating is a whole bunch of individual displays that are just precisely located one next to the other. And that's where the big challenge comes in.
I need another card. Ooh. Guess another one.
There's all the aces.
Oh boy. Yeah, another one.
Decision time.
Yeah. Okay.
Wah, wah,
I was afraid
wah.
of it. Yeah.
I'm standing on that.
Oh, let's, come on. I guess I'll stand.
At least you're in it.
It's 22.
Oh, 22.
It's hard to do math when you're trying to think about other things.
I actually physically in my brain saw 6 there. so.
Oh, that's why. Right, making a comeback here. I want my
Shoot.
pile to grow.
I'm running
Yeah,
low.
Yeah.
Well,
doing
the
low.
dealer's taking over most of it.
What do you think's missing from this industry right now? Is it education? Is it new technology? I mean, the displays keep getting, the pixel pitches keep getting tighter. We're seeing the growth and proliferation of LED in some new arenas. The prices are, stabilizing or coming down. So what's next?
I think we'll continue to see a decline in pricing, but with that, we're also seeing improvement in technology as a lot of the display manufacturers convert from SMD device or displays. So that's the front of the display itself is comprised of surface mount device, or it has the red, blue, and green diodes built into it, to the newer technology. A lot of them call it chip on board or reverse chip.
Flip chip.
And with that, there's a conformal coating that goes over the front surface,
Okay.
optical coating, and it makes for a very much more robust product. That robust product makes it easy to install. It lasts longer, and it's more efficient in power. I'm going to stand.
Oh, this is gonna be a tough one.
12, 20, or 16.
All
We're
right.
pushing, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're tied then.
Yep.
So that's making.
Still in the game.
I'm still
So that's
alive.
where we're seeing a progress in technology, Will. From a mounting perspective, from our standpoint, it really doesn't matter what that type of technology on the front face is, but we are seeing that migration of product going that direction. So from a mounting standpoint, I mean, it's metal. we use a combination of aluminum and steel, and sometimes it's tubular steel, sometimes tubular aluminum, sheet metal that's formed into different shapes. So it's really, what is the application? You know, we're always thinking about what's the scope of work.
Okay,
Last one.
last one, all in. Winner takes
All
everything.
in.
Here's my final question.
Okay.
Steel first. The sphere.
Yeah.
Does the outside look better or the inside?
Two different perspectives and two different viewing points. So the outside, you know, you're looking at a, you know, I think the pixel pitch on that is somewhere around 8 inches. And
Is it?
Yeah, and the
I've been,
interior.
because I've been
I
asking
gotta-
around
I
trying to
gotta
find
take-
out from people.
gotta hit.
There's like one spot on the monorail where you get pretty close to it, and it just, it's almost transparent.
That's
But
one of
it
the
all
worst
comes
stands
down
I
to
could
viewing
get, I think.
distance.
I know, he gave me the last ones, the most awful. You gotta hit me. This is gonna be devastating.
At least you're alive.
Oh yeah, I mean, he could, yeah, I'm staying on
I
that.
get the worst end you could have. I'll go ahead and hit.
Screwed on that.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
Come on, there's still a chance. There's still a chance.
Oh,
No, 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 no. Just flip the thing. Yes, come on.
16.
See, I would have had a push.
You win?
All right.
Could have stayed.
I maintain
Should've
championships
stayed.
at the Next Level Tech Arcade board. Listen, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Great having you.
Yes,
Good
thank you.
conversation. Loved it.
A lot of fun.
All right. We'll see you all
Fantastic.
on the next episode of the Next Level Tech Arcade, and we'll see you soon.
Is your mind